The fire popped, a feeble, dying sound in the immense silence of the old-growth forest. The air, once warm with camaraderie, had grown cold and sharp. "Told you we should have stuck to the main trail," Liam muttered, poking the embers with a stick. His phone lay useless by his side, screen dark. No service. No maps. "It's an adventure," Chloe said, but her voice lacked its usual conviction. She pulled her jacket tighter. "We'll find our way back at first light." Mark, ever the skeptic, snorted. "There's nothing to be afraid of out here. It's just trees. And quiet." He took a long swig from his flask. The silence that answered him felt heavier than before, a physical weight pressing down on the small circle of light. That's when they heard it. Not a snap or a rustle. It was a sound that didn't belong. A low, resonant hum, like stone grinding against stone, vibrating up through the soles of their boots. It came from the darkness beyond the firelight, from the part of the forest that was pitch black. "What was that?" Chloe whispered, her eyes wide. "Probably just the wind," Mark said, but he'd lowered his flask. His knuckles were white. "There is no wind," Liam said, his voice trembling. The hum ceased, replaced by a new sound, a slow, dragging shuffle. Something heavy being pulled over damp earth and fallen needles. It was close. Too close. Mark stood up, shining his flashlight into the wall of trees. The beam sliced through the darkness, illuminating gnarled trunks and twisted branches. For a moment, there was nothing. Then, the light caught it. Just for a second. A shape, massive and wrong, standing between two pines. It was tall, too tall, its limbs elongated and twisted like old roots. Its skin, if it was skin, looked like rough, moss-covered bark. And where a face should have been, there was only a dark, hollow indentation. The beam shook in Mark's hand, and the thing was gone. "Did you see that?" he breathed, stumbling backward. All his bravado had vanished. "Did you see it?" Chloe and Liam were on their feet now, huddled together. The dragging sound started again, this time from their left. Then, an answering shuffle came from the right. They were being surrounded. "The forest, it isn't empty," Chloe said, the truth dawning on her with chilling clarity. They hadn't just gotten lost. They had trespassed. Panic set in. They grabbed their backpacks, abandoning the dying fire. They ran, crashing through the undergrowth, branches whipping at their faces. They didn't look back. They didn't need to. They could hear the things keeping pace with them, the grinding hum and the dragging shuffle echoing all around, a nightmarish symphony. Liam tripped over an exposed root, crying out as he fell. Chloe and Mark skidded to a halt, turning to help him. That's when they saw them. Standing in a semicircle at the edge of a small clearing, silhouetted by the weak moonlight filtering through the canopy, were three of the figures. They were utterly still, more like ancient standing stones than living creatures. The hollows of their faces seemed to drink the light. Mark, driven by pure terror, screamed and charged forward, swinging his flashlight like a club. It was a futile, brave, stupid act. The central figure moved with a speed that belied its stone-like appearance. A limb, long and whip-like, lashed out. There was a sickening crack. Mark's scream was cut short, and he was yanked into the darkness. Chloe and Liam scrambled backward, but the path behind them was now blocked by another creature. They were trapped. The things began to close in, their humming growing louder, a sound that vibrated in their bones. Chloe squeezed Liam's hand, her eyes shut tight. This was it. But the final blow never came. Instead, the humming softened into a low, almost gentle thrum. The creatures stood over them, not attacking, just observing. The one closest to Liam leaned down, its hollow face inches from his. He could smell damp earth and ancient decay. A long, twig-like finger reached out and gently touched his cheek. It was cold and rough like stone. Then, as one, the creatures turned and melted back into the trees. The dragging sounds receded, and the humming faded until the forest was silent once more. Chloe and Liam remained on the ground, trembling, for what felt like an eternity. The first gray light of dawn began to filter through the trees. They stumbled out of the forest hours later, scratched, bruised, and hollow-eyed. They told the park rangers about Mark, about getting lost, but they never mentioned the figures made of stone and root. No one would believe them. But sometimes, late at night, Liam will wake up to the sound of the wind in the trees. And if he listens closely, he can hear it, a faint, grinding hum, a reminder that the forest they walked out of was never truly empty. It was just tolerating them. And it was waiting for them to forget, so they might one day be foolish enough to return.